Are you able to hear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, is this doubt session?
I think this is revision session for week 3 and 4.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start today's session. So we will take
Ma'am.
all the doubts from week 1 to 4.
Hi,
Okay.
before we start, I just have a small question. I
Yeah.
think around 4 o'clock we had some math session, right? Do you have the live recording of it? I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, we do have. You can find it over that sheet, TA
Uh,
session sheet maybe.
no, it's not there. I did try and check
It
it.
will be updated after 24 hours.
Okay, fine. If anyone has the link, please do share. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
In week
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
if
so
in numerical type questions, if we have two answers,
hmm,
then what to do?
no, it should not. I mean, any numerical question should not have two answers. If it
Like in
it is becoming,
quadratic.
so they will specify which answer you have to upload. You have to mention.
Okay, ma'am.
Because obviously you can't upload, you can't answer, you can this say answer both of, you cannot put both of the answers, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so you start one by one. So paste your doubts from week 1 first. Okay, so whatever doubts you have, just paste it over the chat. I'll go through one by one.
Also, just one small question. It's showing we have another session on 12th. Do we still have it or we don't have it?
On 12th,
4 o'clock.
yeah, you can have a session on 12th.
Thank you.
That will be TA session. Yeah. But on 13th, you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a doubt from week 3. Can we discuss it first?
Ma'am, are we going to revise or we are going to take only our doubts today?
Only doubts, because yesterday's session I have revised all the important concepts, right? So I can just take doubts now. So it's better if we start with week 1 at least, or else if you guys have any doubts, just paste it. I'll go through one by one.
Ma'am, week 3, there is a sum. I couldn't find solution for anywhere. It's a little confusing. Practice
Okay,
assignment
okay.
question number 10 and 17. Just 2 questions.
Okay. Question number 10 and 17. Now I have one more question in the chat. Let me see what's that.
Week 3, practice assignment.
Yeah.
Ma'am, are we going to solve PYQ in today's session?
Which question? 17th, 18th, na?
Seventeenth, yes, 17th. Week 3 practice assignment.
This na, that a stuntman performs a bike stunt.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this already discussed, but it's me first.
Are we going to solve PYQs?
If you guys have any doubt in PYQs, then we can take it, because there are a lot of PYQs. With PYQs, we should solve them.
That means will you be now doing a summary?
Sorry, what?
Will you be now doing a summary?
No, I won't do summary. In the last session only, we did summary.
Yes,
In the
ma'am.
last
In today's
session,
session, what will we do?
only doubts. Whatever doubts you have from activity,
Okay.
assignment, practice assignment, those things I'll do. So I'll just, I cannot copy paste it, but yeah, I'll mention the question. So it's a question number 17th of practice assignment week 3.
You can just tell me what is the main logic I have to use, because the method I used, I get a different answer. But what is the answer here? The correct answer is 10 feet.
Yeah, right.
But
So the thing is, so see, first of all, you just have to shift your origin. So this 10 feet is distance is there, na? So
okay,
this is your ground, this is the tower A, and this is the tower B. So first we will consider this point as the origin 0, 0, and assume that this is the parabolic path the stuntman is performing.
okay,
So then we know that the slope at any point is given by 2ax plus b, right? And it's given that if the maximum height achieved by the biker is 12.5 feet from the ground, so that means this height is 12.5 feet. So that means this remaining height is actually 2.5 feet.
okay.
Right? This much information we have.
Hmm.
Now, another thing is given to us is the value of 10 theta, right? From the ground. Okay, so if the maximum height achieved by the biker is 2.5 feet from the ground and 10 theta is equals to 1, then find the distance between two houses. So we have to use this, see this angle is theta, and it's
45.
given that tan theta is equals to 1. So that means here at this point 0, 0, the slope is equals to 1. So
Okay. Yeah.
so since tan theta is equals to 1, so this will implies
2a.
that the slope at 0, 0 is actually equal to 1. That means 2a into 0 plus b is equals to 1. So that means b, the value of b is actually 1. And the second thing is the vertex coordinates. So this height is 2.5. This much we know. So that means we know that the f of minus b by 2a is actually equal to 2.5. Right? Where f of x is the equation of the quadratic equation, right? Ax squared
Yeah,
plus bx
understood. Understood.
So if you substitute the value of b, so that means we get value of b is 1. So that is f of minus 1 by 2a is equals to 2.5. And then if you solve this, you will get the value of a to be equal to minus 1 by 10.
Okay.
Okay, so this will be your value of a. So from this value, see, what is this point? This line will be the axis of symmetry for the parabola. So that
Yes.
means this coordinate is the vertex x coordinate. Sorry, the vertex
X
uh,
of the vertex.
x coordinate of the vertex.
Yeah.
If the y coordinate is minus, so that means if the value of a is minus 1 by 10, b value is 1, then the vertex coordinate will become minus b by 2, right? Which comes to be 5. Right? So that means this point is at the distance of 5 meters. So we know that this is axis of symmetry. So this distance and this distance will be same.
Okay.
So that's why 5 plus 5 will give us 10.
Okay. This formula 2ax plus b is equal to 2. How it is equal to slope? How did you arrive that? Is there
Yeah, so see, at any, what is slope? Slope is actually the, you can assume it to be the slope of the tangent line. Right?
understood? Yes.
So,
Of the
so
tangent.
if you draw a tangent here, that tan theta will give you the slope.
Okay.
Basically, you're differentiated, right?
Basically
square plus
differentiation.
bx plus c.
Right, but we don't learn differentiation yet, so that's why.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't understood. Okay.
Okay.
You're differentiating them. Yeah. No need to
I've
explain.
sent the question in chat.
Okay, so that's
Okay. Understood. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
okay. This is the one question we have. So if the following statement is correct, which of the following statement is correct? So the product of minimum value of function f of x is equals to, and maximum value of function is 100, the infinitely many polynomials. Okay, so here okay, so what you need to do is you can actually consider the graph, but I don't think such, we haven't discussed minimum and maximum value of function. Where this so this is question from practice assignment activity or from where you get it?
No, it is from the mock.
Oh, so see, mock is actually little different. I saw the mock. So mock is actually very different from whatever the question paper we have. It's actually very old mock. So that's why they haven't changed. So you may find some of the very random question there. So don't worry about those type of questions as like this, right? Because we haven't discussed this type of question anyway. Okay. But you can solve it. One fact is you can solve it by using uh, the graph of a function. So we know how to create the graph. If you know the how to create the graph, then this is actually an easy one. So let me solve this question. Okay, so here two functions are given to us. F of x is equals to, this is a question from chat. So f of x is given to be, okay, f of x is given to be 5 modulus of x plus 10, and g of x is given to be 10 minus modulus of x plus 12. And they say that this function's minimum value and this function's maximum value's product is actually equal to 100. So we have to see that this is true or false. Okay. So one thing you can do, you can actually draw the graph of such function. So I think I have told you. So if if suppose your function graph, so suppose I'll take some h of x. So if h of x is equals to modulus of x, then its graph look like this. Okay, similar graph is only, the graph of modulus of x and the graph of modulus of 5x is a little bit similar. Only thing is, in modulus of x, this line will be y is equals to x, but in modulus of 5x, this line will be y is equals to 5x. This line will be y is equals to minus 5x. And then the function f of x is actually what? 5 modulus of x plus 10. So whenever you add any constant in the y coordinate or the y component, your graph gets shifted 10 units above, right? So that means this graph will now shifted 10 units above. So the graph of the function 5 modulus of x plus 10 will become like this. Okay, and this is the y coordinate 0, 10, because initially y coordinate was 0, 0. So we have to shift it over 10 units above. So that means now y coordinate will become 0, 10. From here you can see that the minimum value of the graph is nothing but 10. So this will implies the minimum value of f of x will become 10. Is that clear? How we arrive at 10? Okay.
Yeah.
Now similarly, you can compute maximum value. So here what is your function g of x? G of x is 10 minus modulus of x plus 12. Okay. So here there is actually a little bit much of variation you have to do. So first thing is, here also you just have to draw the graph of this function just by using scaling method. So the modulus of x graph look like this. Okay, this is the graph of modulus of x, and the modulus of x plus 12 graph. So whenever you add something in the x component, the graph got shifted toward the left hand side. So that means this graph will shift 12 units left hand side in the x axis. So the graph of modulus of x plus 12 is actually this graph. And here the x coordinate will become 12, 0. Okay, now when you multiply by a minus sign, the graph actually got reflected over x-axis. So that means if this is the graph of modulus of x plus 12, then the graph of minus of modulus of x plus 12 will become this thing. This is 12, 0. And because of minus sign, the graph got reflected over x-axis. So whenever you multiply, so if f of x graph is there and you want to find out the graph of minus of f of x function, then what you need to do, you just have to reflect it over the x-axis. Okay, so that will be the graph of minus of modulus of x plus 12. Now again, we have to just add a constant here. So that is 10 minus modulus of x plus 12 graph. Now
Shouldn't
again,
it
we
be
are
minus
adding
12?
something. Yeah. Any doubt?
Shouldn't it be minus 12?
Yeah, sorry. Minus 12. Yeah, minus 12, 0. Correct. Yeah. Whenever you add a constant in x, it got shifted over the left hand side. So I'll also denote this, I mean demonstrate this using Desmos too. So what is the graph of 10 minus modulus of x plus 12? It will got shifted over 10 units upward. So that means at this point, this is the graph of 10 minus modulus of 12 plus or x plus 12, and this point will become minus 12, 10. So that means 10 is the maximum value of the function g of x. So their multiplication will obviously become 100. So right. So from this we get that max value of the function g of x is 10. Minimum value of the function f of x is 10. And question asks that if the multiplication is 100 or not. So here we are getting multiplication is 100. So that's why this option is correct. Okay. So this is a question from the chat. So it's question number 10 from mock, I guess. Okay, so that's how you can actually compute it, but I don't think we have discussed scaling of the graphs. So this type of question might not be in the syllabus, but let's see. Now the next option of this question is there are infinitely many polynomial p of x of degree 4 such that p of 4 is 0, p of 5 is 0, and p of 6 is 0. Okay, so what do you guys think about this statement? So the statement says there are infinitely many polynomials p of x of degree 4 such that p of 4 is equals to 0, p of 5 is equals to 0, and p of 6 is equals to 0. What do you guys think? Is it true or false?
I'm true.
True. Anyone else?
True.
Okay, so actually the answer is true. Why it is true? Can you give me example of one polynomial of degree 4 which has these three roots? Can you give me one example of?
X minus 4, x minus 5, x minus.
Correct.
Into
X minus
x
4. Yeah, into x constant. So what you can do, you can simply write that p of x is actually x into x minus 5, x minus 4, x minus 5, x minus 6. So this is one polynomial. But you can also multiply it by constant. So this is your p1 of x. You can say that p2 of x is actually 2 times of x minus 4, x minus 5, and x minus 6. So that is multiplicating by any constant does not change the degree of polynomial. Also, it's not affecting the roots too. So that means this option is also correct. There are actually infinitely many polynomials which has degree 4 and these 3 roots. Okay. So this is a correct statement, true statement. Now the third option of this question says that y minus 4 is equals to x plus 5 the whole square is an equation of parabola, whose vertex is minus 5 comma 4. Okay, what do you guys think? What is the vertex? What will the coordinate of vertex?
Minus 5 comma 5.
Minus 5 comma 5.
No, ma'am. It's a minus 5,4.
Okay, so you guys can compute it. It's not that difficult. Okay, so people are saying minus 5 comma 4, so that might be the answer. Now the next option says that elements in Cartesian product will only be pairs. What about this
False.
option? Is it true or false?
True.
False.
False actually.
False.
Because see, you can also consider the Cartesian product of 3 sets. In that case, the elements will be not pairs, it will be triples. So that's why elements need not to be always pairs. So that's why this option is false. So the answer will be false.
Can I explain
Yeah.
the first option or not?
Yeah, first option I have explained. Now, see, f of x is a function, 5 of modulus of x plus 10. So you have to draw actually the graph. You have to draw the graph. Yeah.
Ma'am, could you explain?
It is said that if it is said that it will exist in ordered pair, then it will be true or false.
No, still it will be false. Because you can consider the Cartesian product of 3 sets, right? So it's not true at all. So I was saying that you have to draw the graph of f of x. So that thing you have to do by scaling. So see, the graph of modulus of x you can draw. So the graph of modulus of x is actually same as the graph of 5 times of modulus of x, just a little bit of change. So it will be stretch and uh, you can see that if you multiply it by 5, the graph kind of shrink. And then the graph of modulus of x plus 10 is just a graph with 10 units shift over the y-axis. So this is the minimum value of the function, which is 10 of this f of x. And similarly, g of x also, g of x graph you can draw. G of x graph is actually, the graph of modulus of x. Whenever you add some constant in x, then that graph got shifted 12 units in the left hand side over the x-axis. Okay, and when you multiply any graph with the minus sign, this got reflected over the x-axis. So that means just a reflection of over the line y is equals to 0 or x-axis. And similarly, if you add a constant, it will get shifted 10 units above. So this is the maximum value of the function g of x. So the product of minimum value and maximum value is 100. So that's why that option is correct. Okay.
Ma'am, could you explain the third option?
I just did. So third option you can compute now. What is the vertex coordinates? You can easily find it out. That's true or false. Just a parabola is
Oh.
given. You have to compute the vertex coordinate.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, this is Varun's question. Which among the following function first increases and then decreases in all the intervals? Okay. So here you have to first figure out the graph, or else what you can do, you can also see the sign. So can I copy paste it? Okay, I think I can't copy paste it, but let's see. So this is the question sent by Varun. So we have to figure out that which among the following function first increase and then decrease in all the intervals. in all the interval they are saying. So that means at least one of the turning point of these intervals should belong to this particular one of the turning point of these function should belong to these intervals, right? Then only it can happen that a function might increase and after decrease. So what I was saying that, so first first interval is suppose -3 comma 4 we have. So suppose this is -4, this is -3, and what does it says that which among the following functions first increases and then decreases in the interval. So that means here the turning point should be like this: increases and then decreases. So if such kind of thing is there, then we can say that uh, these which of the following functions satisfy this particular property, that we have to judge. So one thing you can do, you can actually draw the polynomial of you can actually draw the graph of these kind of polynomials. Okay, so I'll draw the first graph and then you can also proceed with the other examples. So Varun, have you tried this question by yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you tried it by the graph or just by looking at the values?
No, I have tried for graph, but
Okay, so
it gets confusing.
okay, fine. So see, first thing is we have to figure out the degree, right? So here the degree is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So that is this is odd polynomial. And coefficient is a positive, so that means as x goes to minus infinity, this goes to minus infinity, and from here, so that means you have to start from third coordinate. And now we can just plot the roots. So the roots will be -1. So what are the roots? Roots are -1 is here, 2 is here, -3, -4, 5, 6 and -7. So this is -7 and this is -3, this is -1, -4, then -1, and then we have 2, 5 and 6. 2, 5 and 6. So just start the graph from this direction because of the end behavior. Then the root 7 is of multiplicity 2, that is even, so we have to turn it back. And then go to the root -3. -3 is of odd multiplicity, so we'll cross the graph. Then come back at -4, that is of odd multiplicity, right? Multiplicity is 1. So you'll again intersect the x-axis. Then go to the root -1, it is of even multiplicity, so it's something like this. And then go to the root 2, that's also odd multiplicity, so it will intersect the graph. Then go to the vertex number 5, it's of even multiplicity, so jump back. And go to the vertex number 6, that's also root number 6, that's also even multiplicity, so it will jump back. Okay, so now here we have to consider three intervals. So let's see over the first interval, which is -4 comma -3. So this is the interval we have. So see, there is a one turning point. So in this interval, I think I have missed the what they say, the numbering, right? -4 comes before -5. So how to erase that? So this will be your -4 and this will be your -3. The effect doesn't, I mean the graph will remain same because both has multiplicity 1. So it's an odd multiplicity roots. So the graph of polynomial will intersect x-axis and go in the same direction. So the graph won't change. So in the interval -4 comma 3, see you have one turning point. So here this thing is happening, that first function increases and then decreases. Up to this point the polynomial is increasing and after that it is decreasing. So that means in this interval we have the specific property, whatever mention is there. Now next interval is -1 comma 2. But in -1 comma 2, this increase and decrease is not happening. Decrease and increase is happening. That we don't want. We want increase and then decrease, right? It's mentioned in the question that which among the following function first increases and then decreases in the interval. So here first is decreasing and then increasing, which we don't want. So that means this option is not correct. Similarly, you have to check for other options too.
Ma'am,
Okay,
what
yeah,
this 1 by 10,000 refers? It doesn't,
it just a stretch factor.
it's just a constant, right?
Just a constant. It will either stretch the graph or shrink the graph.
Oh, it,
Hmm.
or it represents about the upward or a downward
Obviously,
curves.
sign matters. So if it's positive, then obviously end behavior will change and those things will happen. But the quantity doesn't matter. So just it's positive or negative. That thing is only we need to consider. Okay. Fine. Is that clear, Varun? Fine now?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go to next question. What will be the nature of f of x at -1? What -1 means what? Okay. Yeah, quiz 1, quiz 2 are mandatory, some sort of. So we have next question. So let f is from real number to real number, g is from real number to real number, be two functions defined as f of x is this and g of x is this respectively. Choose the correct options from the following. G has two turning point and y coordinate of only one turning point is negative. So this option you can figure it out. It's just a cubic polynomial, not something else. So the roots also you can see what are the roots. So here by hit and try method you can easily find out the roots, right? So here if you just substitute x is equals to 1, then you will get that f of 1 is actually 1 minus 8 plus 7, which is 0. So that means x is equals to 1 is one root. And then after dividing it by x minus 1, you will get a quadratic function. And then you can just solve it. Okay, is that clear? It's not that difficult. You just have to do it by yourself. Is that okay, Varun? So what's your doubt in this question? Have you tried by yourself?
I have posted wrongly. This is not the doubt. I
Okay,
posted
fine.
wrongly.
Fine.
I posted another one.
Let's go to the next question. Yeah, this is actually a good question. So in figure 2 shows the graph of polynomial p of x. Choose the set of correct options. Okay. So the degree of p of x is at least 9. So what do you guys think? Is this correct option or not? Is the first
Yes,
option is
ma'am,
correct or
correct.
not?
It is false.
Okay, so let's see. So what they say, the degree of p of x is at least 9. Okay, so we have two results related to degree of a polynomial and the turning point and the roots. Okay, so we can easily count the roots here. So what are the roots? How many roots are there? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. We know that if 8 roots are there, then the degree could be 8 or above, right? So that means it is possible that degree could be 8 or above. But the next result we have with turning point 2. We know that if the degree of polynomial is n, then at max turning point can happen n minus 1. So let's see how many turning points are here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so now here we have 8 turning points, right? So if turning points are 8, so that means degree will be more than 8 plus 1, which is 9. So that means this option is correct, that the degree of p of x is at least 9. You cannot take any polynomial less than 9 degree whose graph may represent by this. Okay, because we have two results. One result shows that if degree is n, then at max root will be n, or at most roots will be n, and right, and at most turning points will be n minus 1. So here n minus 1 is actually 8, and so that means the value of n minus 1 is 8, means n value could be 9 or above, right? So if you take any polynomial with 8 degrees, then the turning point cannot be 8. It should be more than 8 degree polynomial for having turning point 8. So that's why this option is correct. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's go to the next option, which says that p of x represent an odd degree polynomial. So what about what do you guys think? Is it odd degree polynomial?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because of the end behavior. See, here it's going towards minus infinity, so that means x going to infinity, the polynomial is going toward minus infinity, and as x is going to minus infinity, polynomial is going to plus infinity. And this thing happens only in odd polynomials, right? So that's why this option is also correct, that px represent an odd polynomial. Okay, total number of turning point of p of x are 9. What about this option? Is it correct or not? No, right? We just
In this
counted.
question, we don't know the an is positive or negative.
8 turning points.
But you can figure out that an is positive or negative. Yeah, you can see that an is actually negative by the graph, by the end behavior.
Can you explain how?
See, here, So here an is actually negative, see, because of the end behavior. If your an is positive, then we know that for odd polynomial, as x goes to infinity, p of x will also go to infinity, if you consider an is positive. But here what is happening, as x is going to infinity, p of x is going towards minus infinity. And this can happen only if an is negative, right? As x is going to infinity, p of x is going to minus infinity. And this can happen only when an is negative, right? If it's positive, then n behavior will change. Okay, fine. Now the multiplicities of zeros and one of the negative roots could be same. Or does it says multiplicities of zeros and one of the negative roots could be the same. Oh, multiplicity of zero. So here zero means this zero. I thought multiplicity of zero. So here what is the multiplicity of zero? Multiplicity of zero is even. Right? Even is the multiplicity of zero.
It
Zero
says that
root
it's
zero.
a zeroth degree of a polynomial.
Zeroth degree multiplicity. No, 0 degree of polynomial doesn't make sense, right? It means what?
No, here it refers to multiplicity of zero means there is no any polynomial with n degree.
No.
Is that so?
No. So here we are referring this graph. So whatever things we are talking about, this graph only. So multiplicity of zero means multiplicity of this root zero origin. So they should have mentioned it in number zero, not in the word zero. So multiplicity of zero means multiplicity of this zero root zero. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Please mute yourself. Yeah. So that's the meaning of multiplicity of zero. So here multiplicity of zero is even. So and there any negative root whose multiplicity is also even. So that's not true, because here we have three negative roots, and here the behavior of polynomial is intersecting x-axis behavior. So that means the multiplicity of these three roots will be even. So that means multiplicity of zero and
It should be odd.
multiplicity of any negative root is actually not same.
Odd, ma'am, actually.
Yes, yeah, odd. Sorry. Yeah, odd. Okay, so it's not same. Is that clear, this question? Any doubt? Because such type of question are important, by which, so that means a graph is given to you, and then you have to figure out some properties of the polynomial. So you should be able to do that. Okay. Is that fine? Any doubt in this question?
No doubts.
Any?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so consider the three polynomials. Use this information to answer the given sub-question. The limit is only you have to figure it out. So let's see. So I'll ask you guys what will be the limit. So consider p of x, and now as x goes to infinity, where does p of x goes?
Infinity.
Infinity, right? Why
Positive.
it's infinity? Because obviously odd polynomial with positive coefficient. So this combination, odd polynomial with positive coefficient, you can remember the graph of x cube, and then x cube's graph, as x goes to infinity, p of x also goes to infinity. So that means this goes to infinity. So once you figure out the end behavior, you can answer the options, right? And as x goes to minus infinity, where does p of x goes?
Minus infinity.
Minus infinity.
Minus infinity.
Right. Let's talk about q of x. So as x goes to infinity, where does q of x goes?
Minus infinity.
Minus infinity. Because see, it's an even polynomial with negative coefficient. So that means you have to remember the graph of minus x square. So minus x square's graph is like this. So as this also goes to minus infinity, and x goes to infinity also, q of x goes to minus infinity only. Right. So what about s of x?
There will be minus infinity.
Minus infinity and infinity.
So as x goes to infinity, s of x goes to infinity, and as x goes to minus infinity, s of x goes to minus infinity. Right, because it's an odd polynomial with positive coefficient.
For Q, you have written both X will be positive in
One of the could be minus infinity, you can take. So you can take this to be minus infinity. Still q of x goes to minus infinity. Okay. So you can see which of the following options are correct. So this option is correct because we say q of x is actually even polynomial with negative coefficient. P of x is odd polynomial with positive coefficient. So this option is also correct. Now the third option is a q of x never goes to infinity. So
how
that means this
option 1
option
is correct? It will be
because q
minus
of
oh,
see q of x is even polynomial with negative
yeah, okay,
coefficient.
okay, understood.
And this option is also not correct because s of x is odd polynomial positive coefficient. So it means as x goes to infinity, s of x goes to infinity only. Okay. Yeah, this question we already discussed in the session. So I remember Lavanya ma'am discussed this question thoroughly. So if you just go and check I'll also give you the date of that session. So it's a session of, it's the second session of week 2, I think so. Week 2 or week 3. So in that session, you can see Lavanya ma'am discussed this question very in detail. So you can just go and check because it's a lengthy question. If we try to solve it, it will take time. Okay, so you can go and check in. This is question from week 3 practice assignment if I am not wrong. Let me check. It's a 20th question or something like that only. So this is there in week 3 session 2. So it will be of some Saturday session. Sunday session. So there in the first half of the lecture only, ma'am have discussed the detailed solution of this particular question. So you just go and check. Okay, let's go to the next question. So Ankit is located at 3,3. He called Ajay to ask his location. Ajay described the path he had taken from the home located at the origin. As I walked 3 units toward the. Okay, so you just have to figure it out. It's not that difficult question. So what's your doubt in this one, Zoha?
I don't get how Ajay has walked 36 minutes. I think it should be Egypt.
Okay. So have you checked your calculation? So let's try to do this one.
What is the marks for each question in the exam?
It varies. So there are 3 marks question, 4 marks question, 5 marks question.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any.
Anything. So here it says that Ankit is located at 3,3. So this is your point 3,3. So suppose this is 3, this is 2, this is 1. Similarly 1, 2, 3. And this is origin. Okay. So he called Ajay to ask his location. Ajay described the path he had taken from home. So located at the origin. So Ajay is at origin and he is describing that how he took the path. So I walked 3 units toward the. Yeah. So he said that I walked towards 3 units toward the east and then 9 units towards the north. So this is north, south, east, west. Right? Am I right now about east and west? East is in this direction, west is in this. Yeah, because West Bengal is not in west. So yeah, fine. So it says that I walked 3 units toward east and then 9 units towards north. So here's the Ajay. So Ajay walked 3 units toward east and then 9 units towards. So first he started with here, run up to here, and then 9 units towards the north. So suppose this is the point 3,9. And then what does it say? And I repeat the same pattern twice. Okay. Now Ankit wants a direct path to reach Ajay. Then choose the correct option. So here this is the things happening. So first is Ajay. So Ajay is at the origin. So what does he did? He started walking, and first he covered the distance up to the point 0, 3, and then he go up to the point 3, 9, and then repeat this behavior thrice. So this point will be 3 and again 3 distance. So that is uh, the y coordinate is 9, but the x coordinate changes to 6, and then again plus this will be 6, 9 plus 9, 18, and then again 3 units over here, so that is 18 plus 3 will be 9, 18, and then 9 units upward. So this will be your 9, 18 plus 9, that is 27. Okay, so this is the location of Ajay now. So Ajay repeats this behavior. So this is one time. Okay, so this is one time, this is twice, and this is thrice. Okay, so now here we have Ankit. Ankit is located at the point 3, 3. So this might be the point 3, 3. This is the location of Ankit. What they say that now Ankit wants a direct path to reach Ajay, then choose the correct option. Okay, then we have to figure it out. So this is the location of Ankit, and this is the location of Ajay. Am I right? Have you tried to attempt it now? So you might know. Yes, Zoha, fine. So now the first option says that Ankit should follow 4x minus y minus 9 is equals to 0. So you just have to figure out the equation of line between these 2 points, 3, 3 and 9, 27. Okay, so 3, 3 and 9, 27. The equation of line will be y minus y1. So I can take this x1, y1, x2, y2. So y minus y1 means y minus 3 is equals to slope will be y2 minus y1, 27 minus 3, x2 minus x1, 9 minus 3, bracket of x minus x1. Okay, so this is y minus 3, 27 minus 3 will be 24, 9 minus 3 will be 6, and this is x minus 3. Right? This is y minus 3, this will be 4, x minus 3. That is y minus 3 is equals to 4x minus 12. So the path will become 4x. I'm taking y over toward this side, that is minus y, and then minus 3 too. So that is minus 12 plus 3 is equals to 0. So that means 4x minus y minus 9 is equals to 0. So the first option is correct. First option says that Ankit should follow the path of 4x minus y minus 9 is equals to 0. So that's the correct answer. Now second option says Ankit will have to walk a distance of 6 under the root of 17 units. So see, we just have to find out the distance of this line segment. So what will be the distance? So we know that if we have 2 points, then the distance will be under the root of x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square. So here x1 is 3, x2 is 9. So 3 minus 9 the whole square will be 36. And plus y2 minus y1. So that is 27 minus 13 the whole square will be 24 the whole square. So we just have to do the calculation. So yeah, so this thing can be written it down. 36 plus 24 is there. So 24 we can write it down as 4 into 6. 4 into
That's
6 the whole square, right? So 6 square we can take common. That will be 1 plus 4 square. So this is same as 6 under the root of 1 plus 16th. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's we are not getting under 17 is there. Yeah, so this is given in the option. So 6 under the root of 17. So this way this option is also correct. Now the third says Ajay has walked a distance of 36 units from his home. Okay, so Ajay's distance will be calculated through this thing. First he walked 3 units, then he walked 9 units, right? And then he walked 3 units, then 9 units, then 3 units, then 9 units. So that is 3 plus 9 plus 3 plus 9 plus 3. Sorry, 3 plus 9 plus 3 plus 9 plus 3 plus 9. So that is 3 times 3 plus 3 times 9. That is 3 times 3 plus 3 times 9. Right? So that is 27. So if you calculate, you will get 36. Okay, so that's why this option is also correct. Ajay has walked a distance of 36 units from his home. And the last option says Ajay has walked a distance of 9 root 10 units from it. Okay, so you don't have to calculate this particular distance to say that what is the distance Ajay has walked. So actually Ajay is not moving in the straight line. You first take the distance towards the east and then go towards the north, then east, then north, and so on. So that's why its distance is coming 36, not the distance of the point 0, 0 to the point 9, 27. Okay, are you got my point, Zoha? Why this option is correct?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
I've sent a question in the chat. I just want to know the approach.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'll come to your question too. Okay, so we have done this question. Let's go to the next one. How do we know a set is empty? So if there are no elements, then that set is empty. Okay, yeah. So what's the meaning of this question? If then a function of in a function of f of x of the term x plus 1 the whole square, then what will be the nature of function at -1? Obviously, it will be, so this is a function of, can we annotate it? No, I cannot. Fine. So if you have the function of x plus 1 the whole square, so that means it's just a parabola of the vertex -1. So this is your function. So at -1, the nature of parabola will be like this, first decreasing and then increasing. So it will be a root. Okay. Now we have this question. It says that based on this information, answer the following question. So Rizwan wants to cross the river represented by r of x is equals to this plus k, where k is an integer constant. He chooses to cross the river r of x using the bridge. In order to cross the river, he has to identify the coordinate of point A. Okay, fine. So he realized that the coordinates of point A can be identified in such a way that the curve r of x can be best fit according to the uh, to the data given below in the table. So consider the river and the bridge to be the negligible thickness. Based on this information, answer the question. Okay, so what we need to answer is using the above information, find the value of k. Okay, first of all, you have to find the value of k. So we have already done such kind of example where it says that the value of k is actually that value of k where the SSC is becoming minimum. So I'll solve this question. But first of all, for that, what we need to do, we just have to compute SSC in terms of k. Okay, so we'll compute SSC in terms of k, and then we try to solve. Then we will get a parabola, and then we know how to compute the minimum value of parabola. That will be your approach to find the value of k. So once you get the value of k, you get the r of x expression entirely. So now it's easy to find the value of a, right? Because what is a? So a is a point lying in y-axis. So that means the value of x you have to take is 0. And this blue one is actually the path taken by Rizwan to cross the river. So that means this blue one is actually the graph of, sorry, this blue one is actually the river. So the point A, you can see it's nothing but r of 0. So the value of A is actually r of 0 that you can compute when you solve the SSC. Okay. Fine. Using the above information, what will be the y coordinate of point A that we need to compute? Okay. So I'll solve this question too. So first thing is we need to compute the value of k. Okay. So here r of x is given to be r of x is given to be 0.05 x minus 1 x minus 5 x minus 10 plus k, and the data table is given to us is minus 10 is there, minus 5, 1, 10 and 50. And the y value is minus 150, minus 30, 15, 15, 50. Okay, so first we'll calculate the value of k, and that's the whole purpose of this question actually. So what is the value of k? K is the value of k is that value where the SSC is becoming minimum, right? So the SSC of that function is becoming minimum. That value of k we need to figure out. So first of all, what will be the SSC here? Okay, so before that, I'll just compute the value of r of x at these values of x. So that means what is r of minus 10? So if you substitute x is equals to minus 10, these factors are not becoming 0. So I think it is a little bit lengthy calculation. Yeah, it will take time. Well, no, we don't have any other option. So let's see. 0.05 minus 10, that will be minus 11 into minus 10. If you substitute here, minus 15, minus 10, minus 10, minus 20, plus k. So that will be 3 minuses are there. So minus of 0.05. 11 into 15 into 20 plus k. So it's a lengthy question. You just have to calculate and you can find out the value of k. I don't think conceptually it's not that hard. So is that okay, or do you want me to solve it? Because it will take time. I'll send this question. Yes, I get the point. What's how to solve this question? Archesman, maybe that's your correct name. If I'm pronouncing. Is there any question? Is there any doubt to anyone how to solve this type of question?
Can you like repeat it again?
See, what you need to do is first you will just apply the formula of SSC with k as it is. Okay, this type of question we already done in the practice assignment, I guess. So just apply the formula of SSC with k in it. So you will get a so when you put that SSC is equals to 0 thing, you will get a parabola in k, and that is equal to 0. So we know that how to find out the value of k, and that's equal to 0. You'll get two values of k. You have to choose the right one. So it may happen that you'll just get one value of k in this case, because there is no information how to discard the other value. So you'll find it out what is the value of k. And once you get the value of k, you get the expression r of x entirely. So what is a value? A point is lying over the origin on the r of x. So you just have to find out the value of r of 0. That will be your y coordinate of pointing. It's not that difficult. It's just little bit of calculative. You have to do the calculations.
Ma'am, can you tell what is SSC?
SSC is actually a method to compute an error. So if you have data and if you have expression, then we have particular formula which will give you the error between the data and the expression. So that the magnitude is given by SSC. So SSC is just a formula to calculate an error between the expression and the data point. So we have discussed SSC in detail in the last previous section. You just go and check it. Okay.
Ma'am, in this question, I had solved it with both the approach, with using XSC approach, all the calculations and stuff, and I had also done it using x and y values. Like I just plugged in one of the x and y values in the equation and I got the k value, and both the methods were giving me the same k value. So is it okay if such type of a question comes and I just plug in the x and y value, because that is easier?
Yeah, that's also okay, because we have given 2 points here. So I think using these 2 points, you can find out what is the value of k. So here, but how did you find out the value of k?
I just plugged in one of the xy values उस table में से, and उसमें से the k value came the same as SSC वाला.
Okay. Okay, so you just see that r of minus 10 is equals to minus 150 or not, right? Or r of minus 5 is equals to minus 30 or not, right?
Yeah, I directly plugged in x and y value. I calculated.
That's also okay. That's also fine.
Excuse me, ma'am, I have sent some doubt in the chat.
Yeah, I'll go one by one, right? So we have this question. So in a survey of 500 people, it found that 49 like watched comedy movies, 53 like to watch thriller movies. How many people like all three movies? Note inter. So here you just have to find out the intersection, right? All three movies means intersection. So have you tried this question by yourself? Who sent it? Dikshit, yeah. Have you tried to solve it by yourself? Also, we can solve. See, percentage is given, so it may happen that you will get a wrong answer in percentage. You have to convert this percentage thing in with respect to 500. So, if 49% like watch the comedy movie means, what is the 49% of 500? That thing you have to figure it out, right? So, what is the 1% of 500 is 5, right? So, 1%. So, 1% of 500 is what? It is 500 by 100. That's 1. That's 5. Sorry. So that is 1% of 500 is 5. So what will be 49% of 500? So 49% of 500 will be 5 into 49. Right? So that will be 245. So that's how first you have to convert this. So you can do either way. You can consider that union is 100%, and then with 100% you can apply the formula and then convert that percentage into 500 people, or first you can convert these whole percent thing into numbers and then you can apply formula. Both approach are okay, whatever you want. Okay, and one thing you have to see in this question is they say that 5% like none of the above genres. So that means 5% don't like anything. So you don't have to consider 500 as the union of three sets. You have to consider 500 minus of 5% of 500. 5% of 500 will be 25. So 500 minus 25, that is 475 will be your union. Yeah, then you have to answer it. Okay. Is that clear? This question, any doubt? Just basic. But the thing is, the percentage is given, so you have to first convert either percentage to the numbers or numbers to percentage. It's up to you. This question already discussed in some of the lectures. You can go and check. It's a little lengthy question. It's also not that clearly written, but yeah. Okay, so we have same type of question where we need to find out the value of k. So here also you can do the same thing, but here the values are small, so you can just calculate it. So are you guys want me to solve this question or is it okay? Okay,
Ma'am,
so
can
we
you
can
solve it?
Yeah, you can solve this one. So because in the previous one the values are too much, so we have to do calculation and then. So in this question, f of x is given to be x minus 2, x minus 4, x minus 6 plus k. And the data is given like minus, sorry, 1, 3, 5, and 6, and minus 10, 8, 2, and 5. And what does we need to find out is what will be the value of k so that the SSC will be minimum. Okay, so the legal method of doing this question is first of all find the SSC value with k itself. So SSC is square sum error, so that is summation I is ranging from whatever points we have yi minus f of xi, the whole square. This is the formula. So here what is f of xi? F of xi is the values of f with respect to these points. So here I am just writing down f of x values. So if you take x is equals to 1, so f of 1 will be 1 minus 2 will become minus 1, 1 minus 4 will become minus 3, and 1 minus 6 will become minus 5 plus k. Right? So this is in the multiplication. So 3 minus are there, so minus sign will be there, and 5 into 3, that is 15 plus k. So this is the value of f of 1, minus 15 plus k. Similarly, you can calculate f of 2, f of 3, and all other things, right? So what is now what is the value of f of 3? F of 3 will be 3 minus 2, that is 1. 3 minus 4 will be minus 1, and 3 minus 6 will be minus 3 plus k. So here again 2 minuses are there and 3 is there, so 3 plus k. So this is 3 plus k. Okay, so now f of 5. F of 5 will be 5 minus 2, that is 3, 5 minus 4, that is 1, 5 minus 6 minus 1. So that is minus 3 plus k. And at 6, we have 6 minus 2 will be 4, 6 minus 4 will be 2, and 6 minus 6 will become 0, so that is only k. Just give me a second. Yeah, okay. So here we get k only when you put x is equals to 6. So now what is the SSC? So if you apply the formula, okay, so the formula says that SSC is equals to yi minus f of xi, that is y1 minus f of x1 the whole square, plus and so on you have to apply. So here what is y1? y1 is minus 10, and what is minus of f of x1? Minus of f of x1 is minus 15 plus k, the whole square. And then plus similar thing, 3 minus 3 plus k, the whole square. Okay, and then plus of what's that? Yeah, so I think I missed here. So y values are actually minus 10, 8, 2, and 5. So here we have to take 8 minus of 3 plus k, and then we have to take 2 minus of minus 3 plus k, the whole square, and then plus of 5 minus of k, the whole square. Okay, that's the formula. So this calculation will reduce it to minus 10 plus 15 minus k, the whole square, plus 8 minus 3 minus k, the whole square. Let me know if I do any calculation mistake. Okay, so this is 12 minus minus plus 3 minus k, the whole square, and this is 5 minus k, the whole square. Okay, so here in the first bracket we'll get minus 10 plus 5.
Ma'am, it's 2. It's not the 12.
Yeah. I think I just taken the bracket 2. Thank you. 2 plus 3 minus k, the whole square. Okay, everything is fine, right? Every other thing, minus 10, 8 to 5 is there. So minus 10 plus 15, 8 minus 3, 2 plus 3, and 5 minus k. Okay, so this will become 5 minus k, the whole square. And this will become 8 minus 3 will become again 5 minus k, the whole square. This bracket also will become 5 minus k, the whole square. And the last one is also 5 minus k, the whole square. Okay, so that means here we get 4 times 5 minus k, the whole square. That is equal to 4 times. Yeah, 25 plus k square minus 10k. And we want this to be equal to 0. So the best fit means SSC, not equal to 0. We want this value of SSC to be minimum. So what we want? We want that value of k such that the function, this function 4 times 25 plus k square minus 10k is minimum. Right, so we know that this is a parabola, and a parabola attain its minimum only at its vertex, right? So that means if I multiply it by 4, I'll get the function 4k square minus 40k and plus 100, right? So what is the x coordinate of this vertex? Because at vertex only we'll get the minimum value. It's an upward parabola, right? Because of plus 4, it's an upward parabola, and upward parabola will possess the minimum value only at its vertex. So here vertex coordinate will be, that is the value of k will be minus b by 2a. So that is minus b means minus minus 40, that is 40 by 2 into 4, right? So that is equal to 5. So that is when you take k value to be equal to 5, the value of SSC will be minimum. Okay, so this is the original method to solve such type of question when a constant is given to us and you need to find out what value of that constant will give you the minimum value of SSC. Okay, so you just have to use the formula of SSC, reach at the parabola, and then using the vertex coordinate, you can find the value of SSC. Is that okay? Clear?
Ma'am, what if they ask for maximum?
No, they won't ask for maximum at all because see, you are getting an upward parabola, and upward parabola does not possess any maximum value. So they always ask about minimum
Yes.
because again, we need to find out minimum only. Yeah. Someone was saying something, no? Okay. The reason behind minimum is again it's SSC just a kind of error. So we want those values of factors which will give us minimum error, right? So that's why minimum makes sense instead of maximum. Okay, let's go to the next question. So here we have given two quadratic polynomials, p of x and q of x, whose roots are shown in figure 1. So the leading coefficient of p of x and q of x are +1 and -1 respectively. The y-coordinate of vertex of p of x is c, y-coordinate of vertex of q of x is -c. Find the value of d. Okay, because this is also not that tough question, so I'll just give you the hint. So many information is already given to us. First thing is, we are given the quadratic polynomial, so you can consider p of x to be some a1 x square plus b1 x plus c1, and you can consider q of x to be a2 x square plus b2 x plus c2. Okay, now whose roots are shown in figure 1? So roots are shown, one root is -1 comma 0, and q of x is one root is 13 comma 0. Okay, and another thing is, the leading coefficient of p of x and q of x are +1 and -1. So that means the value of a and b is also given to us. There is no eraser in this one. So a1 value is +1 and a2 value is actually -1 is given to us. Leading coefficient, right? Respectively. Y-coordinate of vertex of p of x is c, and y-coordinate of vertex of q of x is -c. Okay, so here there is a relation between b1 c1 and b2 c2 is also given to us. So that's also you can apply. It's not that tough question. Are you guys able to solve this one?
And can we write to the vertex of p of x is d minus 1 by 2? And
Right. But y coordinate is given, see, like not x coordinate.
okay.
Right, so that thing you have to consider. It's not that tough, you just have to do the calculation. Whoever sent this question, I think first thing is, if you have doubt, that means you have attempted the question, I think so. So if you have doubt, just speak. If you what are the things, or what is the fact you got stuck, right? I think that's the meaning of doubt, but fine. So yeah, so yes, Manish, what's your doubt in this question?
Ma'am, here was an option, no? It was saying that A and F are the empty sets, so I was not able to understand that.
Okay. So which set?
Ma'am, set A and F are the empty.
Okay, yeah. So here they are saying that the set right, the set A and the set F are empty actually. So first of all, consider these X and all sets. So I'll do it here. So the description is like this one. So let X be the set of natural number divisible by 100. Right. So what is X? X is a set of natural numbers such that 100 divides N. So this is the set X. Y is a set of natural number divisible by 25. So Y is what? Set of natural numbers divisible by 25. Right? 25 divides 10. Here in X, 100 divides 10. And Z with the set of natural numbers that are perfect square. Okay, so Z is the set of natural number which are perfect square. So these three descriptions are given to us. Now consider the following Venn diagram. And some Venn diagram is given to us in which the other sets are given A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so this is the set A and this is the set F. So option says that A and F is actually empty. And this circle is X, Y, and Z. Okay, so first of all, what is set A? So A is actually the set X minus of Y union Z. Right. So that means the set of A means only elements which are there in X, not in Y and not in Z. Okay. So that means what? So if you consider any A which belongs to A, what does it imply? It implies that A is in X, but A is not there in Y. Also, A is not there in Z. Okay, because any A, if any element lie in this particular region, that means it's not a part of the set Y, and also it's not a part of the set Z. Okay, what does it means? It means that if any element which belong to the set A, it means that it is in X, and what is the meaning of being in set X means 100 divides C. Okay, but what does it say? 100 divides A, but 25 does not divide A, and A is not a perfect square. So, can you see, is this possible? Do you have any number which is divisible by 25, but it is not,
No, ma'am.
sorry, like we cannot,
Zero elements.
because 100 can be written as, there is 25 in 100. So, if something which is divisible by 100, it obviously divisible by 20. So, that means there should not, does not exist any A, right? So, there is no such thing. So, that's why the set A is actually empty. Right? Because the logic is simply, if something is not divisible by 25, it cannot be divisible by 100. Or if something is divisible by 100, it obviously divisible by 25. You can see 1000 is divisible by 100, but also 1000 is divisible by 25. Because in 100, there is 25. Okay. I hope that's clear to you guys. Is it okay why the set A is empty here?
Yeah, ma'am. Got it.
Okay, similarly, let's see the set F2. Okay, so what is the set F? So the set F is actually x intersection z minus y, right? So the set F is this whole region. So that is, it is under x intersection y, right? So this is the region x intersection y, sorry, x intersection z. So this whole shaded region. But in from x intersection z also, we have to remove this region, which is the region inside the set y2. So if some element, so suppose small f belongs to here. So suppose small f is in F, then what does it says? So if small f is in capital F, it says that small f is in X and small f is in Z, but the small f is not there in Y. But again, the same logic. If something is in F means 100 divide F, and something is in something is not in there in Y means, but 25 does not divide Y. But again, this thing cannot happen. If something is divisible by 100, it obviously divisible by 25. So that's why the set F is also empty. Is that clear? Fine.
Yes, ma'am. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. Yes, Shelly. Ma'am, can I ask doubt from practice assignment 2? Yeah, you can ask. Just take a screenshot, send it over the chat. Okay, ma'am. So this question also we have done from graded assignment. You can get the solution of this particular question. Okay, this ray question. It's also not that difficult.
So, ma'am, it's not difficult. You're supposed to match the slopes m1 equal to m2, but I'm not getting the answer. I checked how I had done it earlier. I can see that I had equated m1 equal to minus 1, but I don't get why I did that. What logic I used that time I did.
Okay. So here the thing is, the equation of incident rate. Okay, fine. 2 comma 3 5 comma 2. So here one is the incident ray, and another one is this particular ray, reflected ray. This is reflected ray, and the points are given to us. This point is given to be 2 comma 3. This point is x comma 0, and this point is 5 comma 2. Okay, now we have to find out the equation of incident ray and reflected ray. Oh, and one more thing is given to us, that this angle is alpha and this angle is alpha. Okay, so we can actually find out the slopes of these two lines too. So suppose I'll denote the equation of line by I. This is your R. Okay, so the equation of line I will be, now we have 2 points. So first I'll use the 2-point formula, and then I'll relate it with the slope. So we have 2 points. One is 2 comma 3. Another one is x comma 0. So if you consider this to be your x1, y1, and this is your x2, y2, then this x is written over here, but in place of x, you can consider it to be any other number to just, to just won't get a confusion at that point. So let's say this to be some x0 comma 0. Okay, just for time being. Yeah, or else we can just go via the slope too. Yeah, as you say that how to equate that slope thing, that's also we can do. So here the thing is the slope, right? What is the slope? Slope of the line I will be mi. So it's actually 10 of theta. So what is the angle theta? Theta angle is this angle. Okay, and we have the relation that these two lines will be at 90-degree angle. So that means the slope, the multiplication of their slope will be equal to -1, because we know that the incident ray and the reflected ray will form an equilateral angle. Am I right? Am I doing any wrong mistake? Okay, wait. We'll see. Although we have other information too, that this angle is alpha and this angle is alpha. So if we have these two angles are alpha, then we can find out what is the in-between angle. So in-between angle will be 2 alpha is equals to, 2 alpha plus, let's name it to be beta, right? 2 alpha plus beta is equals to 180-degree actually. So that is beta is equals to 180-degree minus 2 times of alpha. Okay, so the slope of a reflected line is, so that is MR is actually equal to 10 alpha, but the slope of incident line is, that is MI is equal to 10 of this angle beta plus alpha, right? So what is the value of beta plus alpha? Beta plus alpha is 180-degree minus 2 alpha plus alpha, right? That is equal to 180-degree minus of alpha, right? So that is Mi is nothing but tan of pi minus alpha, right? And if you guys remember the formula that adds sugar to formula, right? So when you go from 180-degree to minus, then we'll change the sign. So it's minus. So it's Mi is equals to minus of 10 alpha, which is nothing but minus of Mr. So here I just proved that if you have one reflected ray and incident ray, then the angle between the two rays will be 90-degree. That means they both are perpendicular to each other. So then that means the multiplication of their slope will be equal to -1, or m1 is equals to -1/2 of m2. Is that clear what I have done here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that means yeah. Any doubt? So now we can calculate the slope. Slope is this, you can say x1 y1. So y2 minus y1, that is 3 minus 0 upon x2 minus x1, that is 2 minus x. You can simply say x only. You can find out the value of x and then. Okay, so this is mi. So that is mi is actually 3 upon 2 minus x, and mr will become y2 minus y1, that is 2 minus 0 will be 2 and 5 minus x. And we have the relation that mi multiplied by mr is equals to -1. So I just substitute it over here. That is 2 upon 2 minus x into 2 upon 3 upon 2 minus x and 2 upon 5 minus x is equals to -1. So that means minus of x minus 2, x minus 5 is equals to 6. And we can solve this one, and we can find out the value of x. Right? What will be the value of x? We'll get two values, but we have to check that. Yeah, any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
By reflected and the slope of reflected and incident is perpendicular to each other.
Yeah, I just proved by using the angle only. You can simply prove. So this is your 180-degree angle, right? This total is 180-degree angle. This one is given to be alpha. This one is given to be alpha. What is this angle? So that angle you can assume to be beta. So that means twice of alpha plus beta is given to be 180-degree. So you can compute that beta is actually 180-degree minus alpha. Right? This much we got. And then we know that what is the slope of this line L. So just give me a minute. I'll be back. So you can just see.
Ma'am, I had posted my doubt in the chat section.
Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah. So where were we? So we are discussing this question that if we have this incident ray and this reflected ray, this angle is given to alpha, this angle is given to alpha. And by this logic that both angles are alpha, we can actually prove that the angle between these two rays is actually 90 degrees. I have just done this one, but you can also see that the angle between incident ray and reflected ray will always be 90 degrees because of these two angles are equal. You can just simply figure it out. And the point here is given to be 2 comma 3 and the point here is given to be 5 comma 2 and here the point is x comma 0. So by using the fact that if we have two lines which are perpendicular to each other, then their slope multiplication will become -1. So you can use that formula and you can say that slope of mi, that is mi into mr, is equal to -1. So is it clear that
Ma'am, how is it 90 degree?
Yeah, I just prove it, but let's do it once again. See, total line, we know that this angle is of 180 degree, right? This angle is alpha, this angle is alpha. So assume that this angle is beta. So what the equation we are getting here, we are getting that beta plus 2 times of alpha is equals to 180 degree. Okay, is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Second thing you have is this line is your MR, that is the reflected line R. So the slope of line R is actually tan of alpha, right? So that is the value of MR is actually equal to tan of alpha. Now what is the slope of the incident line? It is the angle made by the line with x-axis. So that is this big angle. So what is this big angle? This big
So
angle is
beta plus
actually alpha plus beta. So that is MI is actually equal to tan of alpha plus beta. But one more thing we have beta plus 2 alpha is equals to 180 degree. So from here you can get that beta plus alpha is nothing but 180 minus alpha. Yeah, I'm just taking 1 alpha over the right hand side. So that means MI is actually equal to tan of 180 minus alpha. But tan of 180 minus alpha is minus of 10 alpha. That is the value of MI. Right? So you get that MR and MI is just, there is only minus 1 difference. So, okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, but the
Yeah.
multiplication of both will give
Sorry.
square alpha.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and now I got the point. So this angle won't be equal to 90 degree, but we get the relation that MR into MI. So sorry. Yeah. I also missed that point. So we actually got that this MI is actually minus of MR. This relation we get. Not their multiplication is equal to minus 1. Sorry for that. That's not correct. This is not a correct argument. That their multiplication is minus 1. No, this is not correct. We get that MI is actually equal to minus of MR. Now we cannot say from this that this angle is 90 degree actually. Let's see. What about the angle 2? But we got the relation that the slope of incident ray is actually equal to the minus of slope of reflected ray. So now we can calculate the slope. So slope of incident ray will become 3 upon 2 minus x, and the slope of reflected ray will become 2 upon 5 minus x. Okay, so we have this equation. Now we can just solve it. So it will become 15 minus 3x is equals to 4 minus 2x. So that means you can say that this is 15 minus 4 and this is 2x minus 2x plus 3x. So this will become x is equals to 15 minus 4 will become 11, right? So you get the coordinate x 11 comma 0. Now we have 2 points and we can use 2-point formula to find the value of, to find the equation of incident ray and reflected ray. Is it clear now? Yeah, obviously we cannot say that the angle is 90 degree. I was just misleading. This relation we got. So from this relation we can solve. Okay. Is it okay to you, Kavya? I think Kavya asked, no? I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where were we? We were at this question. So see, these screenshots are not visible to me, so try to send it again, Prakhar. It's not visible in both, not in tab and not in my laptop too. So try to send it to you again. Okay, so we have this question. So the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway wants to connect the 3 aspirational cities. I think I have discussed this question again. But see, what you have to do is you have to find out f of x. You have to solve so what are the roads are actually? Roads are the intersection points of these 2 functions. So that means you have to solve for x minus, so you have to find out those values of x for which f of x is equals to g of x. Right? So that means x minus 15 into x minus 13 the whole square is equals to minus of x minus 15 into x minus 13. So what you can do, you can just take this whole thing over the right hand side. So this will become x minus 15 into x minus 13 the whole square and plus of x minus 15 into x minus 13 is equals to 0. Right? So you can take common x minus 15 and x minus 13 from both of the terms. You will get x minus 15, x minus 13. And here you will get x minus 13 plus 1 is equals to 0. So that is minus 12. So 3 aspirational districts are sitting over 15, 13, and 12. But 15 and 13 are the two cities, and the coordinate of third city will become 12. So that's why the answer is 12. Okay, is it fine for everyone, this question? Shall we move forward to the next question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the graph represents the graph of neither even. I think Neil, your screenshot is not visible to me. Try to resend it. Week 4 practice assignment question number 13. Okay, so this question already we have done in a week 4 doubt session, but yeah, we can see. So here a function h of x is given to us, a polynomial like this, p of x into q of x minus r of x into s of x, and then plus of s of x into p of x. And in the denominator, we have p of x plus p of x into q of x, q square of x. Okay, and there is some relation between the degrees of these polynomials are given to us. So p of x, q of x, r of x, s of x. So its degree is given to be m, n, this is k, but k is actually m minus n, and this is t, which is equal to 2n. And one more thing is given to us, that m is greater than 2n. All other thing is that overall these all are positive numbers. Okay. So now they have asked that which of the following figure can represent the polynomial h of x. So in this question, first you have to figure out what could be the degree of h of x. Okay. So that is the degree of h of x. So we know that if h of x is a polynomial given by two polynomials, suppose f of x upon g of x, then the degree of h of x is actually the degree of f of x minus degree of f of x minus the degree of g of x. This is the formula we already we eventually followed for if you have a polynomial given in a quotient form, then its degree is actually the degree of numerator minus the degree of denominator. Okay, so in this also we will first figure out what could be the degree of numerator and what could be the degree of denominator. Degree means what is the maximum power of x is there. That's what you need to see. Okay, so here the degree of p of x is m, degree of q of x is n. So if you multiply both polynomial, this factor's degree will be m plus n, because x to the power m multiplied by x to the power n will give us x to the power m plus n. So that means the degree of this term will become m plus n. Similarly, degree of this term rs minus sx will become k plus t, k plus t. But what is k? K is actually m minus n, and what is t? T is 2n. So this is again become n plus n. And the degree of s of x into p of x is become m plus t, and this is nothing but m plus 2n, right? Because t is equal to 2n. So overall, the degree of numerator will become m plus n. So we have two quantities, m plus n, m plus n, and m plus 2n. So obviously m plus 2n will be bigger. So degree of numerator will become m plus 2n. And similarly, you can calculate the degree of denominator. So this here, this polynomial's degree is m. This polynomial's degree is m plus 2n. So that is again the degree of denominator will become m plus 2n. So that is the degree of function h of x will become m plus 2n minus m plus 2n, that is 0. So h of x is a constant polynomial. So there are three options. So from these three options, the last option denote the constant polynomial. That is this graph. Okay, is it okay for you guys? I think we already discussed this question in the regular sessions too. So see, these pictures are not visible to me. is not visible in the laptop too. So you guys have to resend it. Is it okay, Devansh, this question? Or in your screenshot is not visible. Which key value you are asking about? This key value? Okay. Practice assignment 2, question number 7.
Ma'am, I have also posted the question in the chat.
You posted?
Yes, ma'am, recently. Yes, ma'am,
Is
this
that?
one. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so a plane begins to land when it is at the height of 500 meters above the ground. It follows a straight line path and lands at a point which is at a horizontal distance of 2700 meter away. So I think this question also I have discussed in the regular session. But okay, so we can discuss it. See, here what is happening, all information is there only. So see, this plane started landing from the point, from the feet of 500 meters, right? So from this distance, the plane started landing. Uh, it follows a straight line path and lands at a point which is at horizontal distance of 2700. So that is, this is the landing point, 2700. So you can figure out what is the equation of this line, right? Y-intercept is 1500, x-intercept is 2700. So if you use the intercept formula, this will say x by a plus y by b is equals to 1, right? So that is x by 1500 plus y by 2700 is equals to 1. So that means by which we should have multiply. So 45, right? Yeah. So if you multiply by 4500, you will get here you will get 300 of x plus not, I think 45 is not good. I just have to solve this one.
Ma'am, I can do the calculation.
I can do the calculation, right? You can find out what is the equation of line is here. Then what this is, there are two towers which are at horizontal distance of 900 meter and 1800 meter away at the same direction. So see, one tower is here at this point, 900 meters. One tower is here at 1800 meters. Okay. Away at the same landing point. We have to choose the correct option. So the trajectory of the path could be, okay, this thing you can find it out. Y by 27 plus x by 15 is equals to 100. If x-axis and y-axis are horizontal and vertical, this is not correct. This is correct actually, sorry. Y by 27, x by 15. Because if you multiply by 100, you will get x by 15 plus y by 27 is equals to 100. Right? So that is, this option is correct. That is, this is the trajectory. This is the equation of the line. Now the maximum safe height of the towers are 100 meters and 150 meters respectively. Now see, at 900, what is the intersection point at this line? So if you just substitute x is equals to 900, you will get 900 by 15 plus y by 27 is equals to 100. So you just want to find out the value of y. What could be the value of y? If the value of y at 900, if the value of y must be less than, if the value of y is more than 100 meter, then this tower is actually safe. Right? So suppose the tower is of height, so suppose here you will get some value, but the height of tower is actually less than that value, then the tower is safe, right? Because obviously the plane won't hit the tower. So this thing you have to figure it out. So at x is equals to 900, what will be the height of this tower? And at x is equals to 1800, what is the height of this tower? And if it is not intersecting the line, then those two towers are safe. So ultimately, you just have to figure out at x is equals to 900, what is the value of y? And at x is equals to 1800, what is the value of y? That's all. Is that okay, Shelly?
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, please discuss other options also.
So they say that the trajectory of plane could be okay. So we already find out trajectory of plane. The maximum safe height of the tower are 1500, 500 respectively. So both options are similar. They just change a little bit. Maximum safe height of towers are this and this only. So you just have to figure it out. Maximum safe height means tower of height, that is the height of tower should not intersect that line. If it intersect, then it's possible that plane may hit that tower, right?
Okay, ma'am.
I mean, if our
Graded
answer will
assignment.
come in decimal, and
Is
then
it coming?
we have to write it in up to two place or one place.
They will mention up to which place you have to write it. If the answer is coming in decimal, then they will ask you. If there are more than two places, then they will specifically mention. If there are only two places, you have to mention up to two places.
And we have to round off the and
No, don't round it off. Whatever answer you are getting, mention exactly.
okay, and they will have the some range that in which they will write the answer, no?
But they will ask you if they have some range. They will explicitly ask you that answer in the 2 digits or three digits. If there is no range, so that means the answer is coming exact up to 2 digits. So, for example, if the answer is 1 by 8, what is 1 by 8? 1 by 8, you can write it down 0.125, right?
If our answer is
So, this
coming
is
0.256.
so write it down 0.256.
Okay.
Don't round it off.
Okay. So they will answer ना कि इस रेंज के बीच में आंसर होगा तो सही हो सकता है.
They won't mention you the range. They will mention you the digits that write up to 2 digits. Already for checking the answers, they have some range.
Ma'am, suppose if the answer is 5.716 and we have to write the answer in two decimal places, so we can write it means the third digit is more than 5, so we round off
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it's okay if you round it off, or you have to round it off.
I mean,
So the
graded
answer will
assignment,
be
the answer is
5.72.
given that if your answer is between this and this, then the answer is correct.
Mm-hmm.
So it will like that only in the qualifier.
In the qualifier, the same thing. If your
Like
answer
graded
lies
assignment.
between like the graded assignment.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, the slope of a line we calculate from the positive y-axis in anti-clockwise direction.
Your voice is not clear. Can you repeat?
The slope of a line we calculate from the positive y-axis in anti-clockwise direction.
Yeah, no, actually, we calculate the slope of a line from x-axis to this direction. Yeah, so you can say that from x-axis toward positive y-axis direction. That's the anti-clockwise. That's how we calculate the slope. Okay, this question already we have done. This is a practice assignment question. So, yeah, what's your doubt in this question, user? Because it's a little bit, I think, calculative. So let's see. An ant named B wants to climb an uneven cliff and reach its until. Okay, so on its way home, B makes sure that it collects some food. So a group of ants have reached the food location, which are at x-intercept of the function. As ant secret, okay, he gets to know the food location, then the sum of x coordinate of what food. So ultimately, you just have to find out the roots and then sum it up, right? Because what they have asked, that then the sum of the x coordinate of all food location is okay. So sum of the x coordinates of all food locations. What are the food locations? Food locations are the x-intercept of the function. You just have to find out the x-intercept of this function. So that won't be that difficult, although x-intercept of this function. So you have x square minus 30, right? So from this you will get two intercepts, that is under the root of 30 and under the root of 30, that is x minus root 30 and x plus root 30. Right. You have second factor, which is x minus 15 cube is equals to minus 1 is equals to 0. We have to solve this polynomial and get the roots. That is x minus 15 cube is equals to 1, and then you just have to solve it and find all the x intercept and then sum it up. That will be your answer. Is that okay, this question? Is this fine? I'm
Yes,
audible,
sir.
right? Just try it out. There is not that much anything. So we have discussed this question too. So here also the how many students like all three subjects, find the number of students who likes only one subject. So are you guys want to solve me this question? Is this okay? Such type of Venn diagram questions. So I'm not solving each and every question, but giving you the hints, I guess. So let me see. If there are no other questions, we can solve this one. For purpose of research, the same question screenshot is there. So intercept, y intercept, I was confused how to approach the question. Okay, fine. So we can solve this one too. Okay, so this is a question from set theory. Sit down. So it says that for the purpose of a research, a survey of 1,000 students is conducted in an IITM BS degree program. Okay, so that is what is the total number of students? Total number of students is 1,000. Okay, the result shows that 52% like CT. Okay, so I'll just denote the set by the name. So CT is 52%. So the 52% of 1,000 is 520, right? Because the 1% of 1,000 is 10. So 52% of 1,000 is 52 multiplied by 10, which is 520. Okay. 45% like statistics. So S is 45%. That's same as 450. Okay. 60 like mathematics. That's not true. But 60% is actually 600. Right. In addition, 25 like both CT and statistics. So that is CT intersection S is actually 25%, which is 250. 28 like both maths, mathematics and statistics. So that is M intersection S is 28%, and 30% is the CT intersection. 28% means 280, 30% means 300. Okay. So now 6% like none of these subjects. Okay. So none of these subjects means they don't like any of the three subjects. So that's like union minus intersection kind of thing. So that is 6%. That is 60 student like nothing, like none of the three subjects, right? So that means that means 1,000 minus 60, which is what? Which is 940 students. This many students like at least one of the subject. At least one of the subjects. So that means this is the union, cardinality of union. M union, CT union, S. And here these are the cardinalities. Fine. Now let's try to answer the question. So first question is how many students like all the three subjects? That is, we need to find out the intersection, right? So the first question is how many students like all three subjects? So this is nothing but cardinality of M intersection, CT intersection, S we need to find it. So by the formula, it's actually 940, that is union's cardinality is equals to sum of the all three subjects cardinality, that is 520, 450 and 600. And then minus the intersections cardinality, that is 250, 280 and 300. 50, 280, 300. And then plus of cardinality of M intersection, CT intersections. Okay. So this implies that this
This
will be
formula we are supposed to use only. Without using formula, nothing is possible.
no, it's not possible actually.
Okay.
It is possible, but then you have to use your logics. That okay, what if I do this? Then what will happen? The formula already done the job of doing the logics and finding the cardinal.
But basically, this formula was not been told in the lectures of the professor, I think.
It's not told, but it is useful
Yeah.
actually. It's not told, but you have to remember.
Okay.
Without using formula, I don't think it will be an easy question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we add it, what we get? We
Can
have
you write the
60.
formula?
200.
Yeah, sure. So the formula is this cardinality of M union CT union S is equal to cardinality of M plus cardinality of CT plus cardinality of S minus cardinality of M intersection CT minus cardinality of CT intersection S minus cardinality of S intersection M and plus cardinality of M intersection CT intersection S. It's like summing the single set cardinality, subtracting the dual intersection cardinality, and summing the whole intersection cardinality. I'll explain the reason behind this formula at the end, if you guys want. Just apply this formula, you'll get this calculation. And now we just have to solve it. So what will be the answer? Anyone guess?
200.
200. Cardinality of M intersection CT intersection S will be 200. So that means there are 200 students who likes all three subjects. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, it would be good to know how it is that formula has been derived.
Yeah, I'll give you logic. What's the logic behind that by Venn diagram? Okay, just solve these three questions. So the fourth one is so that we won't. The next question with the same information is find the number of students who likes only one of the three subjects. Okay, so only one of the three subjects. Okay, so only one of the three is the thing we need to figure it out. So now, see, if you have a Venn diagram, so this is the Venn diagram MCTS. Then only one of the three means that student either like maths, either like CT, or only statistics. Not all three subjects that student can like. So only one of the three means you have to figure out what is the cardinality of this region. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Then only one of the three. So that means what we can do, we can take the whole union and then we can subtract this whole region, this region. Okay, that will give us the answer of only three. So for doing that, what is the union's cardinality? So we know that M union C T union S is 1000 minus 60, that is 940. Now we have to subtract the cardinality of this region. Okay, but what is this region? This region is the cardinality of set of M intersection CT, right? So see, what is M intersection CT is this shaded region, this red
Yes.
shaded region, right? This is M intersection CT. Now similarly, M intersection S and then CT intersection S. So let me write it down first. M intersection CT, then plus CT intersection S, and then plus S intersection S. But here, when you are adding these three region, what is happening? You are adding this intersection region thrice.
We have to deduct the middle one.
Right. So that means we have to subtract 2 times the intersection, the whole intersection region. M intersection CT intersection S. So what are the things? So once you added these 3 regions, right? Once you added these 3 regions, what is happening? You are adding this middle region, this whole intersection region thrice, right? 3 times. So
Yes.
we just want to count it 1 time. That's why we have to subtract it 2 times, so that we will count it only 1 time. So now this will give us the formula for finding number of student who likes only one subject. Okay, so what you need to do, from union you have to subtract this quantity. So what is this quantity? This quantity is M intersection CT. So the whole addition, that is 250, 280 and 300. That will be 30, 30, 30, 90 minus what, 130, so 870 maybe, and then minus of 2 into 200. I think just recheck the calculation.
420.
20?
Sorry, 470.
470, na? This is 870, right? So 0 is there, so 3 and 1, 830. Sorry, thank you. It's actually 830 and 430 is the answer. Okay, so that's how you can calculate only one of the 3 subjects.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, so that's how you can calculate one of the 3 subjects. That how many student likes one of the 3 subjects. So there are 430 students which likes only one of the 3 subjects. So here again the word only is important. Okay, now the last question is find the number of students who likes at least 2 of the given subjects. At least 2. Okay, so that means it's possible that they can so at least 2 means they should not. Okay, so at least 2 means uh, they should belong to that intersection region only,
Yes. Mhm.
right? So at least 2 is actually this particular set, right? Because if any student which belongs to this intersection, so any student, if suppose a student belongs to this region, that means that student likes maths and stats. That is at least 2 subject, right? If it is belongs to this region, it is at least 2 subject. This is also at least 2 subject. This is also at least 2 subject. At least word is there, right? So this cardinality of this region will become the one we already calculated, 430. Right? So there are 430 students. No, not 430. I think I have, yeah. So 430 is actually the cardinality of this particular region. And the answer for only one subject is the union minus this region.
630.
Because we, so it is 940 minus 430. 510, na? Sorry. This is 960 actually. 960 minus 430, that is 530. Right? So I'll repeat what we have done. So our question was to find out how many student likes all 3 subject. That is our intersection only. The second question was how many student likes only one subject. So for that, what we have done, we have taken the whole union, and then from whole union we have subtracted this region. Okay, because then only we'll get the number of student who likes only one subject. So for that, computing the cardinality of this union will say us, for computing the cardinality of this particular region, we have to add the cardinality of these intersections. But once you added this region, you are adding the intersection region thrice. So you have to subtract that intersection region 2 times. So that will give us a number, and from union we have to subtract this number of students. Then we will get the number of student who likes only one subject. And then the last question they have asked that find the number of student who likes at least 2 subjects. So for that at least 2 subjects, you have to calculate the number of student lying in this particular region, and that's coming to be 430. Okay, so that's how you can
Okay.
calculate. Is that okay so far?
940 now.
940. What was there? What is union?
M
Union.
union C union
940.
S.
940. 940. Yeah, you can do the calculation. I'm not worried about that calculation though. So I think initially I have written correct. So 510 is the answer. You can check the
Yes,
calculation.
ma'am. 510 is the answer.
Sorry?
I was saying that 510 is the answer.
510 is the answer. Yeah. Okay, so I was telling that how you can compute that formula, that inclusion-exclusion formula. So it's based on the same thing. So see, we need to calculate the cardinality of, suppose these are the sets A, B, C. You want to calculate the cardinality of A union B union C. Okay. So A union B union C means what? First you will consider this region, this whole A, this whole B, and this whole C. That cardinality will be, so cardinality of A union B union C. Okay. Okay, cardinality of A union B union C is cardinality of A plus cardinality of B plus cardinality of C. But when you take the sum of all three cardinalities, what is happening? Once you take the cardinality of A, means you have already covered this region. That is cardinality of A intersection C, you have already covered, and cardinality of A intersection B also you have already covered. So if you take the cardinality of A only, that means you are taking the elements which belong to both of these sets. Right? Similarly, if you take the cardinality of B, means you are taking the elements which belong to both of the sets, these sets. And similarly, when you take C, the elements are belonging to both of the sets. So what is happening here? If you take cardinality of A, if you take this set cardinality, this region is been added. If you take B's cardinality, this region been added. If you take C's cardinality, this region and this region been added. And ultimately this region is also been added. Right? So 2 times for A, 2 times for B, and 2 times for C. So that means in this number, in this sum, cardinality of A plus cardinality of B plus cardinality of C, you are adding each of these region twice. You are adding this region also twice. You are adding this region also twice. So what you have to do, you have to subtract those region one time. So once you subtract A intersection C, cardinality of A intersection C, if you subtract, sorry, A intersection C, if you subtract, that means you are subtracting the cardinalities from this region. So that is 1 plus is minus from both of the sets. Okay. Now similarly, if you subtract the cardinality of C intersection B, you are taking this region only now once with this plus 2. Okay. And similarly, once you subtract cardinality of B intersection C, you are subtracting this plus 2. Okay. Yeah. But now we have to add, so there was a logic that why we have to add intersection 2. So let me see. Let's do it once again. So if you add cardinality of A means you are adding this, yeah.
Ma'am, A itself contains A intersection B intersection C one time.
Yeah, A itself contains A intersection B intersection C.
Those three remove. You have to remove those three and add one time A intersection B intersection C.
Your voice is not clear. Can you repeat?
As A contains A intersection B intersection C, so we have included all 6 times A intersection B intersection C.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have to add A intersection B intersection C additionally.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
We are deducting. I mean, we are deducting two of the sections, so that is the reason we have to add one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So ultimately, this whole three sums are been removed. So for adding that reason, we have to add one times A intersection B intersection C. So this is known to be inclusion-exclusion formula. Once you include something, but now you realize that we have added much more quantities, then you exclude some of the quantities, then you realize, okay, we have removed some important, we have removed much more quantities, and then you also add some other things. So that's how you actually got this formula. Okay, there is another way to prove it, but this is the easiest one actually, just by realizing the regions which you have added, which you haven't added. Okay, it's okay if you don't understand, if you are not able to understand the proof, but formula is important. Now go to the next questions. Okay, we have a relation question over here. This question, no? So let's see. What about R1? I think we have already done such type of question in the last session. So you guys can answer. Is R1 is reflexive? Is it reflexive?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because obviously x minus x will become 0. 0 is less than 3. So that is for all x comma x is there in R1. So it is reflexive. Is it symmetric?
Yes, ma'am.
That's also correct, because we know that modulus of x minus y is same as modulus of y minus x. And if this is less than 3, then this is also less than 3. So that means if x comma y is there in R1, it simply says y comma x is also there in R1. So this is also correct. So that is R1 is reflexive and symmetric. R2 is symmetric but not transitive. So is it R2 symmetric? So see, if 3 divides x minus y, then obviously 3 divides minus of x minus y, which is what? This is y minus x. So that means if x minus y is there, then y minus x also there. So this means if x comma y is there in relation R2, then y minus x is also there in relation R2. So yes, it is symmetric. It is also transitive, right? Because if 3 divides x minus y, and if 3 divides y minus z, then you can see that x minus z is nothing but x minus y plus y minus z. So 3 is dividing this factor, 3 is dividing this factor. That means 3 divides x minus z2. So this is also transitive, symmetric plus transitive too. And plus reflexive too, because it's an equivalence relation, dividing by any factor. So this option is incorrect. R1 is an equivalence relation. R1 is not an equivalence relation because transitivity affect R1. So can you guys give me an example why R1 is not transitive?
Like we take ordered pair 3, 6 and 9, 6.
Correct. 3, 6 if you take, and 9, 6, 9, right? 6, 9 you take, then you know that this is an R1 because their subtraction 3 minus 6 is minus 3, which is less than equal to 3. And this is also in R1. But if you take the transitive pair, which is 3, 9, and their subtraction 3 minus 9 modulus is minus 6, which is not less than equal to 3. So that's why R1 is not transitive. So that's why it's not an equivalence relation. So this is true. It's symmetric but not transitive is false. R1 is an equivalence relation. This is not true. R2 is an equivalence relation, but R1 is not an equivalence relation. This option is correct. Okay. Does that fine, this question? Any doubt? The last one is this one. So f of x is equals to modulus of x square minus 4 minus 1. Which of the following options are true for f? Okay, f is defined for all x belongs to real number. What do you guys think? First option. What about the first option?
It's true.
It's true, right? Because see, it's just a modulus function and square function. Modulus function, square function, both are well defined for every real number. So that's why this is also well defined for every real number. No matter what real number you will take, you will get f of x to be again real number only. F is 1, 1. What about this option? F is 1, 1.
Manual.
Yeah, it's not correct because see, whenever you have x square term, then you can see that at minus values and plus values, you will get the same output. That is, f of minus 1 will be same as f of 1. Okay, you can just compute it. So it's not a 1, 1 function. A range of f is closed interval -1 to infinity. What about this option?
It's true.
It's true actually, because see, this modulus factor will always greater than or equal to 0. But we have -1. So that means this whole thing will be greater than or equal to -1. So the range will be closed interval -1 to infinity. That's what it says. That the range of f is closed interval -1 to infinity. The minimum value of f is 0. This is not true because since the range is -1 to infinity, minimum value will be -1. So that's why this option is not. Is that okay? Fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So that's all, I guess. Now we have one more question. So consider the two polynomial p of x, q of x defined in the interval. L of x passes through x-intercept of p of x and the intersection point of p of x and q of x. So you can find it out. It's not that difficult. So given domain is 550. Again, you can do this question. Raghuvansh, yeah, what's your doubt in this one? Are you able to solve it? How far you have done this question?
Ma'am, actually, I was not able to understand that.
See, so here what is happening? We have two polynomials. P of x is given like this, Q of x is given like this, defined in the interval 1, 20. Okay, so a line L of x passes through x-intercept of P of x. So what are x-intercept of P of x? Okay, x-intercept of P of x are x is equals to 1, x is equals to 15, and x is equals to 20. So these are the x-intercept because it's given in the factored form. Okay, x-intercept of P of x and the intersection point of P of x and Q of x. So what are the intersection point of P of x and Q of x? So that means P of x is equals to Q of x we have to compute, which is equal to 0.1 of x minus 1, x minus 15, x minus 20 is equals to 0.4 of x minus 1, x minus 20. So if you take it over right hand side and take common of x minus 1 into x minus 20, you will get here 0.1 of x minus 15 is equals to 0.4 of, minus of 0.4, which is equal to 0. So that is intercepts are x is equals to 1, x is equals to 20, and the next intercept you will get from here, which is 0.1 multiplied by x minus 15 minus of 0.4, which is equals to 0. What do you get? 90? 90, 19, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is our L of x is a line passes through the x-intercept of P of x and the intersection point. So that is, we have three things, 120 and 15 here. Here also we'll get three things, 120 and 90. So that is, it passes from 15 to 90. And the intersection point of P of x and Q of x. So that is, one point of L of x is this 15 comma 0, and other point is this 19 comma, you have to compute the value. So at 19, what will be the value? 0.1. Yeah. So at 19, value will be 0.1. 19 minus 1 will be 18. 19 minus 15 will be 4. And 19 minus 20 will be minus 1. Or else we can just compute it from here. Na? So it is 0.4. 19 minus 1 will be 18. And 19 minus 20 will be minus 1. So this is minus of 4 into 18 by 10. So that will give us something in point. Right? So this is 36 by 5. That means 7.2. Right? So that is, L of x is passing through 15 comma 0 to 19 comma 7.2. So we can find out L of x. So the x-intercept of P of x is, the given domain is 15. That's correct. Right? because 15 is the point we got from x-intercept.
नहीं possible अभी 2 मिनट हो गए 2 मिनट हो गए
Yeah, please mute yourself. दोनों बंद कर देंगे हाँ. So the given domain of p of x has two turning point. What is the meaning of domain here? Okay, so interval 1 comma 20 is there na? So open interval 1 comma 20 is there, so that means yes, 15 is the in the domain of L of x. So define interval is 1 comma 20, that's why this domain comes into picture. So in the given domain p of x has two turning points, so given domain is this domain 1 comma 20. So I have to figure it out in 1 comma 20, does p of x two per turning point or not. So 1 is here, 15 is here, 20 is here. It's an odd polynomial, positive coefficient, so it will behave like this. So in 1 comma 20 there are two turning points. Okay, so that's why this is correct, that in the given domain is 1 comma 20. In the given domain p of x has two turning points. The x coordinate of vertex of q of x is 10.5. This you can compute. The x coordinate of the intersection point of p of x and q of x is 19. This is correct. Okay, that's how you can attempt it. Is that clear now, Raghuvansh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's go to the next. Okay, so we have this thing. Okay, so can you guys see? Is this a function?
No, ma'am.
Is this? No, right? Because for b we have two inputs. This cannot happen in a function, that for one input we cannot get two outputs. Right? So not a function. Is it reflexive?
No, ma'am.
No.
Not reflexive. Transitive we can see after some time. But what about symmetric? Is it symmetric?
No, ma'am.
No, right? Because see, BC is there, P comma C is there, but C comma B is not there. So it is not symmetric, so obviously it should be transitive. And at least one of the options should correct, right? So that's why this is transitive.
I think the option D, it's saying not symmetric.
Ma'am, not symmetric is
Yeah,
correct,
sorry.
no?
Yeah, not symmetric is correct. Yeah, I also missed. Sorry, this is not correct. This is not correct. Transitivity we have to check is it is not transitive, right? Because A comma C is there, C comma A is there, but A comma A is not there. Right? A comma C is there, C comma A is there, A comma C is A comma A is not there. So that's why not transitive. Only symmetric is correct. Yeah, symmetric. Fine, Neil. Okay. Okay, so I think we are done. So far, so good. So you also have one more TA sessions. After that, we don't have any session for qualifier. So all the best for your exam. I haven't told you the weighted what is the weight of the exam, but that I can told you over either in the TA session. So let's see.
Ma'am, can you give the PDF?
Yeah, I'll upload the PDF over the calendar only. From that you can.
Sorry, ma'am, what was the thing about the weight of the exam?
I was saying I haven't calculated yet, so I have to ask her about the weight. What is the weight? So I can give you in the TA session, maybe the next TA session. Or
Thank
else
you, ma'am.
I'll just
Thank-
write it down in the PDF and upload it. You
Okay,
guys can
ma'am.
go and see.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the session. Good night.
Okay, good night. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.